Hi, my name is Kurt, you're watching Anime Basic, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my anime, Blu-ray, and DVD collection. It's all pretty much alphabetical. Basically, I'm going to be showing you guys the Blu-rays first, and then I'll be showing you the DVDs afterwards. So without further ado, let me show you guys what I have. Afro Samurai. Haven't watched it yet, but it's only like 6 or 7 episodes, so I will get on that very soon, don't worry. I've heard very good things about it. Ancient Magus Bride. I think this is 2 parts. Yeah, so we got part 1 there, and then part 2 here, still sealed. I haven't really watched this. I got this for my fiance, so I got the special edition pack that makes it look like a book on a bookshelf, which is really cool, by the way. Which she's already seen the series, so she hasn't felt the need to crack open the second volume because she's already watched it. She just hasn't rewatched that far. She'll usually just like rewatch the first 6 episodes and then start again or watch something else. Assassination Classroom Season 1. Still haven't finished this one, but this is a fun anime. And same thing, just Assassination Classroom Season 2. Attack on Titan Season 1, or Collection 1 of Season 1. Part 2 of Season 1. Season 2. I don't have any parts of Season 3, just because I've been waiting for the price to come down, which hasn't come down as much as I'd like it to, but hopefully sometime soon the Blu-ray volumes for both parts of Season 3 will come down in price. Berserk. This is the original 90s series of Berserk, the one people actually generally like. Berserk: The Golden Age Arc trilogy. Is that what they call it? Yeah, the Golden Age Arc trilogy. This is actually my first kind of exposure to Berserk, and I know some people aren't a fan of it, mainly because of the 3D CGI. I don't think it's too bad. I actually really liked it, especially for my first foray into Berserk, but if you've never seen or read Berserk before, it's not for the faint of heart, so make sure you're okay with really anything that could cause something to get an R rating. Then we have Berserk 2016, both seasons. I, unlike most people, don't just absolutely despise this. I think most people would probably give this like a 2 out of 10. I'm a bit more lenient. I would say it's probably a 6 out of 10. Especially if you have a couple drinks, you can get past the CG after a few episodes. And the music is really good. Blue Exorcist, was it? Kyoto Saga. I haven't watched anything of Blue Exorcist. I honestly thought this was the first volume, but I found out later that there's just normal Blue Exorcist DVDs that I think take place before this. So before I watch this, I will try and track down the original on Blu-ray. If I can't find it on Blu-ray, I'll just have to get the DVD. And now I'm going to show you guys my Black Clover Blu-rays. There's quite a few of them because I collect the individual volumes as they come out, so bear with me. Season 1 Part 1. Season 1 Part 2. Season 1 Part 3. Season 1 Part 4. Season 1 Part 5. Season 2 Part 1. Season 2 Part 2. Season 2 Part 3. Season 2 Part 4. And Season 2 Part 5. Now in Australia, the first part of Season 3 has been released. I haven't watched much of Season 2 yet, so before I buy any more volumes of Black Clover, I am going to try and at least finish the second season before I buy any more of those. Next up is Black Lagoon Season 1, Black Lagoon Season 2, and Black Lagoon Roberta's Blood Trail, which I think this is like I don't know whether to call this Season 3 or like an OVA series. But either way, I've only watched like the first 6 or 7 episodes of Black Lagoon, and sorry, I'll just note as well. These look like DVD cases. These are DVD and Blu-ray combo packs. Next up, we have Naruto, or Boruto Naruto the movie. Boruto Part 1, Boruto Part 2, Boruto Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, Part 6, and Part 7, which these are all the volumes that are currently available in Australia. I think Volume 8 comes out in just over a month from when I'm recording this. I know a lot of people don't really like Boruto. Naruto was never really a huge part of my childhood or a part of my kind of what I watched when I was growing up. I watched part of the original series when that was kind of first airing in Australia. Then I didn't watch any more Naruto until about a year ago, where I just binged all of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, at least the canon episodes. I had the filler list open so I could skip all the filler I didn't need to watch. Bungo Stray Dogs. Once again, I've only watched like the first like 5 or 6 episodes of this, but it's pretty good. I just need to get my ass into gear and watch some more. Bungo Stray Dogs Season 2. Bungo Stray Dogs Season 3. And I don't have the movie. I do really want to get the movie. But same thing with like Black Clover. I feel like I should probably at least finish the anime or watch at least a season of the anime before I get around to buying the movie as well. Next up we have Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card Part 1. Then we have Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card Part 2. Once again, sealed. Once again, bought this for my fiance, but she'd already watched it as the episodes were coming out. And she hasn't really rewatched it. She knows it's here for her when she ever does want to rewatch it. Which honestly, if she expresses interest to me in her wanting to do that, I'll probably watch it with her. I watched Card Captors when I was a kid, you know, when they called it Card Captors, when they were doing the whole rebranding for a Western audience. We have Castlevania Season 1, which is the Netflix anime series. I kind of wish they would release the second season on Blu-ray. Is there a third season yet? Has that come out yet? Because I watched the second season. Yeah, I hope they release all the volumes on Blu-ray, because I think it's kind of cool to have in my collection. Very overpriced. I think I paid like $35 for this, and it's like what? Yeah, it's 4 episodes. Not worth the price for the individual episodes, but it's a cool thing to have in my collection. Cowboy Bebop Part 1 and Cowboy Bebop Part 2. I haven't finished Cowboy Bebop. I think I've watched like the first 10 episodes. It's an anime that I don't like to try and smash out. Like I'll watch 1 episode or 1 or 2 episodes every now and then, just so I can kind of fully absorb it. You know, like I don't want to rush through it and then just forget about it and have to rewatch it some other time. Like my first viewing experience of it, I want to space it out and actually enjoy it. Then we have Cowboy Bebop the movie. I assume I should be watching this after I finish the entire series. I might have to do some research on that and find out, just so I don't spoil things for myself. Demon Slayer Part 1. The second volume of the Blu-ray did come out fairly recently, but I want to get the collector's edition, which has space to hold both parts in like a nice kind of collector's box. I don't want to rush out and just buy the second part. I want to get the collector's edition so that I can display it on my shelf nicely. Next up is the Devil May Cry anime collection. This isn't too bad. Funnily enough, I think this is still canon. I did not know this was canon for the longest time, but it's straight up referenced in Devil May Cry 5. It takes place in the official canon timeline, which I think is really cool. Characters don't look the same. Like some of the characters don't look the same. But if you don't mind Dante randomly having a love of strawberry sundaes instead of pizza, not bad. If it's on a streaming site that you have access to, I'd give it a watch. It's like 12, 13 episodes. Digimon Adventure Tri Part 1, Digimon Adventure Tri Part 2, Tri Part 3, Tri Part 4, Tri Part 5, and Digimon Adventure Tri Part 6. Now, I'll show you guys what I really love about these. Might not show up properly, but there we go. I love how these look on my shelf. Like each spine is a different color. Yeah, the ends are both blue, but one's a lighter shade of blue than the other one. But I love how colorful this looks on my bookshelf. I really, really do. And then lastly, for the Digimon Blu-rays, I have Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna or Kitsuna. I don't know how to pronounce it. I haven't gotten around to watching this one yet. I was waiting a really long time for it to come out, to the point where I just kind of lost the hype for it. And I know that when I do eventually watch this, it'll be like saying goodbye to a part of my childhood, which sounds dumb for a 24-year-old man to say, but I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. Like I was on Digimon from as young as I can remember, so I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. But when the day comes that I watch this, then I hope it's everything that I want it to be. Next up is Evangelion 1.11. You Are Not Alone. Is it Evangelion? I don't know. I don't know if it really matters. I'm just gonna say Evangelion. Out of the rebuild films, this is my favorite one out of the 3 that I've seen. I'm not gonna watch the 4th one until it actually gets a dub, which, seeing as how it's kind of just come out in Japan at time of recording, I'd say it's probably 2 or 3 years before I'll get to watch it. This is my favorite out of the rebuild films. And from what I can tell, the rebuild films on Blu-ray, at least in Australia, are pretty rare now, pretty difficult to get for a decent price. Then we have Evangelion 2.22, You Cannot Advance. Once again, I really like this. Not as much as the first one, but still great. Then here we have Evangelion 3.33, You Cannot Redo. So this is my least favorite out of the rebuild films, and I feel like most people that have watched the rebuild films and have watched the original Evangelion anime, I think most people hold the same kind of opinion as me in regards to that. I think most people have like the first ones are kind of interchangeable, but the third one's usually most people's least favorite. I didn't like a lot of the changes they made, but I can appreciate them. I appreciate this as its own thing. It's just not what I was expecting. But I am looking forward to the 4th film. And hey, maybe context of the 4th film will make the 3rd film better in my eyes retroactively. Alrighty, you guys can't see the stacks, but I've already gone through 2 massive stacks, and I've got quite a few more, so I'm sorry if this video is going to be pretty long. But yeah, next up is Fire Force Season 1 Part 1. I love how that cover looks. I'm enjoying this. I have finished this volume, and I've been watching further than this part on Anime Lab. I do want to get the 2nd volume, but same with Demon Slayer, I want to get the collector's edition so that it's like a nice collector's box that houses both volumes and looks really nice on the shelf. So I'm holding off until that reduces in price as well. So yeah, Fully Cooley. Same with Afro Samurai. I haven't watched this one yet, but I know it's really short. So one day I just need to kick my ass into gear and just bite the bullet and watch it. I've heard amazing things, which is why I bought it. But yeah, I am looking forward to watching this. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood Part 1, Brotherhood Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood Part 5. Next up is something I actually unboxed live on the channel, or not live on the channel, but something I unboxed and uploaded a video of on the channel, which is Ghost in the Shell in 4K. Now, I haven't actually watched this yet. I was originally planning to unbox it and then do a review of the 4K transfer of the film, but I didn't get around to doing that, unfortunately. But don't worry, if anybody was looking forward to that, that's still in the pipeline. It's still something I want to do, but just haven't done it yet. But this is an amazing film, and I'm looking forward to watching it in 4K on a big ass TV. Ghost in the Shell 1 and Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence. I got this as a double feature just because it was, at the time, it was pretty cheap. Like, this is just when Ghost in the Shell, the first film, got a Blu-ray re-release, and it was like $30 for just the first movie, or $35 Australian for both. And Ghost in the Shell 2 at the time as well was a pretty rare Blu-ray. Like, it was out of print for a while, same with the first film. So I was like, fuck it, even though I really like the cover off the first movie, I'll save myself the money and I'll get the double pack. Which then they ended up releasing a 4K of the first film anyway, so it ended up all the better for me. Alrighty, next up is Ghost in the Shell standalone complex with the Solid State Society movies, I think that's what it is. I have not watched this yet, because I want to watch Ghost in the Shell in order. So I think the order is the first film, then the first season of this, then the second film, then the second series of this, and then I think the Solid State Society movie. And then there's also Ghost in the Shell Arise, complete collection, which I think has both parts, and the movie, which I don't know where this fits in the canon, but I mean, I own it, it's on the list to watch, so I will get around to that eventually. Next up is Goblin Slayer. I really love this anime. I really like brutal anime. Same thing with Berserk. If Uh, I would not watch this. Like if like this is not for the faint of heart. Do not watch this if you can't handle gore or once again anything that could make something R-rated. Surprisingly, this wasn't rated R in Australia. It was only rated MA, which is our second highest rating. But I would say some scenes in this are quite a bit worse than Berserk, so I don't know how they judged that, but it's a fantastic anime. I would recommend watching it if you can stomach that kind of stuff. Now, something else I actually unboxed on the channel fairly recently is the Gurren Lagann Pierce the Heavens Blu-ray collection. I got the last one that was left in Australia, which these things are so rare. I wasn't even able to find any like eBay listings to try and get like a price gauge on what it's worth. But I wanted Gurren Lagann, and I wanted it on Blu-ray, so I imported a copy from halfway across Australia to get it. Next up is Hellsing Ultimate, the complete series. I have not watched this one yet. I don't know, it's one of those series where it's like, I don't want to be watching multiple series at the same time, which is how I usually watch anime. I usually have like 4 or 5 series that I'll just kind of like flick between based on what I'm feeling. But this is something I want to watch and just give my complete attention to. But I think I'm gonna have to wait a little bit longer before I have that kind of attention to give to a single series. But I am looking forward to watching this, and I've heard amazing things. Howl's Moving Castle. I watched this for the first time like 2 years ago. Amazing film. I watched it with my fiance actually. Like I had to convince her to watch it with me, because just based on what I'd seen of it, it looked like something she'd really like, and it is now her favorite film of all time. Which is funny how quickly she just like changed on that. But yeah, it's her favorite movie of all time. When she's ever feeling bad, she'll watch it. If it's her birthday, then I'll watch it with her. Because I got to the point where she was watching it, if not every day, at least once a week, and would try and would beg me to watch it with her on those times, which I just can't do. I can't watch a movie that many times. But she loves it, and I love it as well. Hunter x Hunter Part 1. I think like 5 or 6 volumes have been released on Blu-ray in Australia as of recording, but I've only bought the first one just because I don't want to buy the other volumes until I've actually gotten around to watching at least some of this. I haven't watched a single episode. I've heard amazing things. I think it's considered one of the best anime of all time, like the 2011 Hunter x Hunter. But it's something that I think I really want to watch, but I don't want to buy any more volumes until I know for sure that I'm actually gonna really enjoy it. I know I probably will, but I don't want to risk it. Next up is what might be my favorite anime of all time. Like, I'm not 100% certain on that, but I think it's my favorite anime of all time. And that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm not saying this is my favorite part, just in general, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I think my favorite anime is. This is part 1. Well, this is the first Blu-ray volume, which houses part 1 and part 2. Then we have set 2, which is Stardust Crusaders part 1. Set 3, which is Stardust Crusaders part 2. Set 4, which is Diamond is Unbreakable part 1. Set 5, which is Diamond is Unbreakable part 2. And then finally, in regards to what's been released in Australia physically, is set 6, which is the first part of part 5, which is Golden Wind. Still waiting for them to release the final part of Golden Wind, but I've already watched the entire series, so I'm not in a rush for them to release that. I would rather they just start airing new episodes of JoJo. Next up is the Junji Ito collection. It's fine. It's nothing special. If you want like a fine horror anime, it does the job. But if you're a big Junji Ito fan, maybe give it a miss. It might not live up to your expectations. Kill la Kill. I have been watching the crap out of this. This is something I'm currently watching. I think I've got like 6 episodes left I need to watch. But yeah, this is amazing. I find it difficult to recommend to people because of the amount of nakedness that's in it. I don't want people to think I'm weird, but if you can get past this, the animation is fantastic. The music is amazing. And I really like the art style as well. This is done by Studio Trigger, which I've become a bit of a fan of their work. Yeah, if you haven't watched Kill la Kill and you don't mind like a bit of fan service to your anime, or you can look past it like I've been trying to, then this is one to watch for sure. Next up is Lucky Star. I bought this because I was in a really shitty mood and I wanted something that might like pick me up. I never ended up watching it. It only cost me like $13 for the Blu-ray, so I don't really care that I didn't end up watching it. It's something I'll get around to, but based on the amount of anime that I know are good in my collection that I haven't watched yet or haven't finished, this is definitely on the bottom of the list of things I feel like I need to watch. Next up is Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans Part 1. An anime I enjoy, but I've only actually watched like the first 12 episodes of. But it's good. I do need to finish it, but from what I've watched of it, it is very good. And then I also have Part 2 as well. Okay, that is another stack down. I might actually cut up the video and end the first part there, because this is already like 25 minutes of raw footage before I edit this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will be uploading another part very soon. I just don't want to have to sift through an hour's worth of footage all at once. So thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Kurt. You've been watching Anime Basic, and stay tuned for part 2 of my anime collection. Peace.